Jesus, here it goes. I have seen the works and creation of evil of all time, but I have seen it in Middle East countries, gaining their wickedness and highest corruption ways. But now I see it very clearly. You gathered in with cluster, you go out with dust. For Iran, Pakistan, China, Japan, all those Middle East countries that rose up against my people. To the Caucasians, to the Mexicans, to the Brazilians, to the brown-skinned people. Sometimes we look at it as an understanding and an understatement that wickedness is in high places.
Now arriving Madeira. This is the Madeira station.
But the anti and the anti will always be until they're destroyed. I will not have mercy on the Middle East for what they did. But I will have mercy on who I choose to have mercy on. We built up a country thinking that we can get laborers in here to suffer them as slaves and we can petition God's way. I'm not a fake. Though I was enslaved in bondage and incarcerated by people and all these things and people coming at me sideways, I'm no fool. God didn't birth out a fool. But one thing I do know, you brought Mexico in here and you think by what you're trying to do to take them out. Listen to me clearly, America. I'm the one warrior you don't want to mess with. With God in me, you don't want to mess with at all. I believe in truth and truth value. If one builds up something, it's theirs. If you have people laboring in here for a fake value of money that did not exist, but was brought in by foreign countries, then throw it back to Caesar. Give them the Caesar salad plate and let them go. For China, Japan, Afghanistan, Syria, Pakistan, and all those countries that rose up against us, no mercy. Pakistan, Afghanistan, all those countries that rose up against us. But I remember this one lady always looking at me when I was a little girl. I bent over on her legs and broke her legs, and she was something 50 years old. And I lived in Hollister.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next station stop in about 25 minutes will be Fresno. Beautiful downtown Fresno. We'll be next.
And I lived in Hollister with this lady. And she showed me the value of having mercy on me when she could have put me in jail. Away. And all these places being built up, I think it's theirs. The earth wasn't just made by hands of mankind. It was made by the universe of creator of God. So when you think that you were made by something, think again. Something was in you to make you. But when the African Americans suffered the way they did, I remember looking down in Los Angeles, how military came in trying to fight against something, but the anti was at its best. Now I tell it again, women stand down now. Stand down now. Respect your husband. Value your husband. Stop valuing the world. Because when your husband looks at you again, will he be looking at you to walk away? This is not a threat. This is a wake-up call. Men have suffered in labor for a very long time, and all I can see is fathers and older people that I've known from the past, and reflecting on memories and things that value me the most. Children, family first. You bring people in here into this country and you think, well, we're going to give it to people that basically labor So you make them enticed to what they want, and you say they're slaves underneath your law. But what law was that created from? Was it built on man? Or was it diverse by the China, Pakistan, Afghanistan? These governing countries that ruin over us. It's like you have Leviathan under the threshold, and everybody's under Leviathan's belly. They don't even know they're swarming in a lake. But what I saw, you cannot punish those that came into this country because they were enslaved in their own country. As if I was African and I came to a country and knew it not. What is the worst? Where you can roam the earth without laws? Or you can be in one with laws. I've seen wickedness in high places. And I've saw you, Afghanistan, the Muslim kingdom, when I talked about the Mexicans. How you went in like snipers, right? But you go out with a big destroying lot. I told you once before, sit down or your country will be destroyed. And then you act like if it's not. Death angels running loose. Just because they have black eyes doesn't mean God can't wake them up and restore them back to who they were. Remember that day when you were Lucifer on the cross and you tried to make Mexico a Catholic cathedral, and you try to make Africa a symbolical twist to a white man so they can enslave and bondage people. Remember this one, when the whites of Caucasians are God's people, and the Mexicans and the Hawaiians and the brown-skinned people. Remember this, because you won't be remembering it when we destroy you. It says, on that day I bleed a new tabernacle. And yes, I'm a merciful God at the same time. I do believe in bringing women back up out of their sleazy ways and their wicked ways. This child did not die because I didn't want no suicide to happen to mankind. Because I need fathers and mothers. And I need friends. Not a best friend, a friend. A Savior doesn't just fight for people. A Savior believes in people, because we were created by someone greater that loved us more than we can value what we own, but not value ourselves. The innocence of a man is the prodigy of God. And when women flip that, it's murderous spirit. In the time of Joshua, if a woman to flip that in a situation, her head was beheaded. We're going back to the Stone Age. So when you go to heaven and you get cleaned out, woman, remember this: you cross the line, your head is slaughtered.